The red dust of Mars moved slowly in the cold wind. In a quiet valley called Orus Crater, a small group of scientists had been working for months. They were digging deep into the ground, looking for ancient signs of water or alien life. But what they found was something no one expected. Dr. Rami, a geologist from Earth, stood near a large scanner. He wore a heavy suit and a clear helmet. His face showed deep worry as he looked at the readings. "This signal? It's too strong," he said. "It doesn't match anything we've seen before. It's not natural." His assistant, Maya, looked at the monitor. Her eyes widened. "It's coming from 2 kilometers down, the same location as those strange metal readings last week." Dr. Rami pressed a button on his comms. "Team Alpha, prepare to drill. We may have found something big." Hours later, the team reached a hard surface underground. Their tools made loud, metallic clanging sounds. As they cleared away the dirt, a smooth black surface appeared. It was metal, but not like any human metal. It was dark, cold, and clean, like it had never aged. "This isn't a building," Maya whispered. "It's a ship." The others stared in silence. A warship, buried under the surface of Mars. No record, no warning, no sign of human history said anything about this. Dr. Rami touched the surface. It was warm. Suddenly, the ground shook. The team stepped back. Lights appeared on the black metal, soft blue lights, glowing in strange symbols. Then, a voice came from nowhere. It was deep, mechanical, and spoke in ancient English. "System reboot. Earth defense ship, Aegis. Commander not detected. Searching." Maya gasped. "It's online. It's waking up." From above, satellites picked up the energy spike. One satellite, owned secretly by the Galactic Council, immediately sent a signal across the stars. Far away, in the center of the galaxy, the Galactic Council met in its silver tower. Aliens from many worlds sat around a large table. A tall alien, with silver skin, stood quickly. "Admiral Threx." His voice was sharp. "The humans have awakened a Class 0 warship. This cannot be. They were never supposed to find those." Another council member, a bird-like creature, laughed. "Humans? They're primitives. Let them play with their toys." Admiral Threx slammed his fist. "That toy destroyed 3-star empires. In the First Galactic War, it's not just a ship, it's a god of war." The room went silent. Back on Mars, the ship continued to activate. The surface opened slowly, revealing a massive cannon hidden underneath the sand. Energy hummed around it. The scientists backed away in fear. Dr. Rami shouted, "We need to call Earth. This is not just history, it's a threat." But before he could send the message, the ship spoke again. "Enemy presence detected. Defense mode activated." One of the scientists screamed. A flying drone shaped like a hawk came out of the ship and scanned the area. "Stand down," Dr. Rami said, holding up his hands. "We are not enemies." The drone paused. Then it scanned Maya. A small beep sounded. "Partial match found. DNA link. Commander Kale." Maya looked shocked. "Commander Kale? I don't know any Commander Kale." The drone replied, "You carry his blood. You are his kin. Awaiting command." Suddenly, the ship's metal body shifted. More of it rose from the ground. It was massive, longer than 5 buildings, and shaped like a predator. The air vibrated with power. From space, the alien satellite continued to watch. The energy signature from the ship was growing stronger. Another message was sent to the Galactic Council. "It has begun." In the council tower, Admiral Threx turned to the others. "We must act now. If more of those ships awaken, we will not survive. The ancient enemy will return." The bird-like alien finally looked worried. "You mean the humans?" Threx nodded. "They were never weak. They were sleeping. Now they remember." Back on Mars, Maya stood in front of the warship. Its lights focused on her. DNA accepted. Welcome, Kyle Descendant. Do you wish to initiate command? She turned to Dr. Rami. What do I do? He looked at her seriously. You wake it up. The galaxy needs to know what it means to fear humanity again. Maya stepped forward. She touched the glowing panel. Initiate, she said. The ship shook. Engines lit up. Energy surged into the sky. A signal was sent across the stars calling to others. And deep in the galaxy, in forgotten corners of space, other ancient ships heard the call. They began to wake. The ancient warship on Mars stood tall above the red desert. Its dark surface glowed with blue lines of light. Dust storms circled around it, but the ship was untouched by the chaos. It looked like a monster from a forgotten time. Maya stood in front of it, her hand still on the control panel. The panel was warm. The ship had accepted her command, but she didn't know what came next. Dr. Rami stepped beside her. We need to alert Earth. They must see this. They must prepare. She nodded, still staring at the warship. It seemed alive. Suddenly, a loud humming sound filled the air. The ground shook again. Everyone turned to look. A large platform opened under the ship, revealing powerful engines. Dust flew in every direction. Maya stepped back. Is it going to fly? The ship's voice echoed through the air. Defense ship. Aegis. Pilot confirmed. Power core active. Rising. Slowly, the massive ship lifted off the ground. The scientists watched in silence, their eyes wide with fear and awe. The ship didn't use flames or fuel. It rose silently like a shadow climbing into the sky. Dr. Rami grabbed his radio. Control, this is Mars Site 17. The artifact is airborne. Repeat, the artifact is a flying warship. Back on Earth, military officials stared at their screens. Live. Footage from Mars played across every monitor. The room was silent. One general finally spoke. That is not one of ours. That's ancient. Maybe older than our species. Meanwhile, in deep space, the Galactic Council watched too. The satellite sent the signal faster than light. Now the truth could not be hidden. Admiral Threx slammed his fist again. You see now! You mocked me, but it's real. The humans have found one of their gods of war. Another alien leader spoke. That ship should not exist. The ancient war was over. We buried everything. Threx nodded. We buried the past, but they have uncovered it. We must act. Back on Mars, Maya and Dr. Rami climbed inside the warship with two other scientists. The inside of the ship was dark and cold. Lights turned on as they walked. It feels like it's watching us, Maya said softly. It probably is, Dr. Rami replied. This is not just a machine. It's something more. Suddenly, a screen lit up. A face appeared, digital, sharp, and ancient. It was the ship's AI. Welcome, Commander. You carry the blood of Kyle. This vessel awaits your command. Maya took a deep breath. I don't understand. Who was Kale? The AI replied, Commander Kale led the final defense of Earth 500,000 years ago. He created the Aegis fleet to protect humanity from extinction. You are his descendant. Dr. Rami blinked. 500,000 years ago? That can't be. The AI continued. Humanity was once the ruling force of the galaxy. Our enemies erased our history. But we were not defeated. We hid. We waited. Now we return. Maya whispered, What enemies? The ship's lights flickered. The AI's voice turned dark. They called themselves the Architects. They feared what we had become. They united the galaxy to destroy us, but we created the warships, and the warships remember. At the same time, in the outer systems, a fleet of alien ships changed course. They were heading to Mars. Fast, Admiral. Threx stood on the bridge of his battleship. Set full speed. We must destroy that warship before more are found. If Earth unlocks them all, the galaxy will burn. Back on Mars, the warship scanned the sky. Enemy vessels approaching. Estimated. Arrival, 18 hours. Maya looked at Dr. Rami. They're coming. They're scared of us. Dr. Rami nodded. They should be. The AI spoke again. Should I activate defense protocols? Maya hesitated. No, not yet. Let them come. Let's see who they really are. The ship powered down its weapons, but kept them ready. Far beneath Mars, deep sensors were waking. Other signals were being found in old places: Earth, Europa, Titan, and even Pluto. Each signal whispered the same word: Aegis. The fleet was not alone. The warship Aegis floated quietly above the Martian surface. Its dark metal reflected the red dust as the sun slowly set in the sky. Inside, Maya sat in the command chair, staring at a glowing screen. The ship had accepted her blood, but she didn't feel like a commander. She felt like a scientist lost in something far too big. Dr. Rami walked beside her. Any updates from Earth? Maya shook her head. Only silence. Maybe they're still deciding what to do, or maybe they're afraid. The ship spoke. Incoming. Transmission. Human military craft approaching. ID. Earth Command Vessel Horizon. A hologram appeared. A stern-looking officer looked at them. This is General Stein. Maya Kale, you are to remain on the warship. Do not attempt to leave Mars. We are sending a transport for full analysis. Maya narrowed her eyes. I'm not a prisoner. This ship chose me. We understand that, Ms. Kale. But this isn't just science. That ship is a weapon from a forgotten war. Earth Command must take control. Before Maya could answer, the warship interrupted. Earth Command officers do not possess proper access codes. DNA match required. Kyle lineage only. General Stein looked confused. What is that supposed to mean? Maya stood slowly. It means you can't control it. Only I can. Or someone else from Kale's bloodline. Dr. Rami looked at her. Do you have any family left? Anyone with the same bloodline? She thought for a moment. I had a cousin, Arin. We lost contact years ago. He joined the pilot academy but left after some kind of incident. The ship responded. Scanning records. Arin Kale located. Coordinates. Earth. Status. Alive. Maya nodded. Can we send for him? Affirmative. Preparing secure channel. Meanwhile, far away on Earth, Arin Kale was living alone in a quiet city. He worked as a delivery pilot, flying small crafts between colonies. He had no idea about the warship or the danger. His communicator beeped. A strange voice spoke. Arin Kale, you are being summoned to Mars. Ancient protocol activated. DNA match confirmed. This is not a joke. This is about your blood. He stared at the message. What the hell? Hours later, a black transport landed outside his apartment. 2 Earth officers stepped out. You need to come with us, now. Back on Mars, Maya stood with Dr. Rami inside the warship. She looked nervous. Do you think he'll come? He has to, Dr. Rami said. He's the key to unlocking more. We need to know the truth. The ship added, only the Kale bloodline can access full command. Only then will the defense protocol unlock. Maya looked around. Why us? Why this family? The AI answered, because Commander Kale chose his bloodline to carry the burden. He did not trust machines. He trusted people. Suddenly, the warship's sensors activated. Red lights flashed. Alien fleet detected. 12 warships approaching Mars orbit. Hostile signatures confirmed. Maya turned to the screen. Can we defend ourselves? Negative. Full weapons access requires second DNA confirmation. Dr. Rami looked grim. Then Arin needs to hurry. In space, the alien fleet moved closer. Their leader, Admiral Threx, stood on his ship's bridge. Prepare to strike. Disable the human warship before it fully activates. Do not let it call the others. Inside Aegis, Maya walked to the main screen and stared at the alien ships. Her hands were shaking. Hold them off. Just a little longer. Aaron Kale stepped off the Earth transport, his boots hitting the red soil of Mars for the first time. The sky above was a dusty orange. In front of him stood the warship Aegis, massive, silent and glowing with strange blue light. Soldiers and scientists stood nearby, but they didn't speak. They only stared at him. Maya was waiting at the entrance ramp with Dr. Rami. "Aaron," she said, stepping forward. "It's real. It's all real." He looked at her, unsure. "I don't even know why I'm here. They just said it had something to do with my blood." Dr. Rami nodded. "The ship chose Maya, but it needs 2 Kales to unlock its full power. We think your DNA is the missing key." The AI voice of the ship echoed from inside. "Welcome, Aaron Kale. Bloodline verified. Secondary access granted. Please enter." Aaron blinked. "The ship, it talks?" Maya smiled slightly. "It does more than talk. Come on." They walked up the ramp into the warship. As Aaron stepped inside, the lights grew brighter. Panels opened. New rooms lit up. The ship was coming alive. "Systems awakening," the AI said. "Defense protocols initializing. Weapons grid online." Aaron looked around in awe. "What is this place?" "This," Maya said, "is a memory of what we were before the galaxy erased us." Suddenly, an alarm sounded. "Enemy. Ships entering low orbit. Time to contact. 6 minutes." Dr. Rami rushed to the control panel. "They're not waiting. They're going to attack." Maya turned to Aaron. "We have to link your DNA with the command core. Come on." They entered a chamber with a glowing pedestal. Maya had already completed her scan here. Now it was Aaron's turn. "Place your hand on the core," the AI instructed. Aaron hesitated. "What if it doesn't work?" Maya looked at him. "It will. It has, too." He placed his hand on the pedestal. A sharp light scanned him. Then the room filled with a low hum. Dual command confirmed. Defense Fleet Aegis. Primary control unlocked. The floor beneath them shook as massive turrets extended from the ship's wings. Energy shields activated, covering the ship in a glowing, blue dome. In orbit, Admiral Threx saw the change. "They've activated it. Fire now. All ships, open fire." Alien warships launched dozens of plasma blasts toward Aegis. The Martian sky lit up. Inside the warship, the AI responded immediately. "Incoming fire. Interceptors launched. Returning fire." Outside, the air shimmered as Aegis fired beams of focused energy into the sky. 3 alien ships were hit directly. They exploded, lighting up space like dying stars. Soldiers on the Martian. Base cheered. Dr. Rami gasped. "We're fighting back and winning." But Maya wasn't celebrating. This was just the first wave. "They'll send more." The AI interrupted again. "Multiple Aegis fleet signals detected. Awakening protocols spreading. Earth, Europa, Titan, Pluto. Warships responding to command bloodline reactivation." Aaron turned to Maya. "We've started something. We don't understand," she nodded. "But we don't have a choice now. We need to wake them all." Admiral Threx slammed his fist on his console. "Retreat. Fall back. We'll strike again, but next time we bring the architects." The alien fleet jumped away, leaving only burning wreckage behind. Maya stood at the warship's window, watching the sky clear. Aaron joined her. "So what now?" he asked. She didn't look at him. Her eyes were focused far away. "Now, we find the rest. We wake the fleet. And we remember who we were." The surface of Mars was quiet after the battle. The wreckage of alien warships floated in the upper atmosphere, slowly burning as they fell. Aegis, now fully powered, hovered silently above the Martian base. The soldiers on the ground watched, it with awe and fear. Inside the warship, Aaron and Maya stood before a large, glowing map projected from the command table. Red dots blinked across the solar system. "These are the others," Maya whispered. "The rest of the warships, hidden, sleeping, waiting for someone with our blood." Dr. Rami pointed to the largest cluster. Jupiter's moons, Europa, Ganymede, even Titan. There could be dozens more there, maybe hundreds. The ship's AI spoke. "Fleet beacon protocol activated. Sending activation signals to dormant vessels. Estimated response time, 48 hours. Aaron crossed his arms. "And what happens when they wake up?" "They will look for a commander," the AI said, "and they will come here, to Mars." Just then, an alert chimed. "Unidentified signal detected. Origin, Pluto Outpost 9. Human distress code mixed with alien encryption." Maya leaned forward. "Play the message." The screen flickered. Static. Then a weak voice came through. "This is Outpost 9. We found another warship, but it's not like yours. It's darker. Angry. It attacked our team. We're trapped." Static returned. Dr. Rami looked shocked. "A warship attacked them? But these ships were human. Our ancestors built them. Why would it turn hostile?" The AI responded coldly. "Some vessels were corrupted long ago. During the Great Silence, they turned against their own. Not all Kale bloodlines are loyal." Maya turned to Aaron. "We have to go there. If that ship is active and hostile, it could destroy more outposts. Or worse, join the enemy." Aaron nodded. "Then we move now." Moments later, Aegis launched from Mars. The stars stretched as the jump engines fired. In minutes, they were near Pluto. The planet was dark, cold. Shadows moved across its icy surface. The wreck of Outpost 9 was visible from orbit. "Scanning," the AI said. "One survivor detected. Weak life signs. Unknown vessel located nearby. Code: Revenant. Status: partially active. Weapon systems offline." They landed carefully. The surface was cracked from recent impacts. Maya, Aaron, and a small team stepped out into the icy wind. Inside the broken outpost, they found a young technician. He was shivering, eyes wide. It spoke to me," he whispered. "It said I wasn't worthy. It locked itself down." Maya looked through the shattered windows. In the distance, the Revenant stood like a beast, half buried in ice. Its hull was black, covered in strange markings. The AI whispered through their comms. "Warning, Revenant AI shows signs of deviation. Unknown behavior, possible self-awareness. Beyond protocol." Aaron stared at it. "Is it alive?" "In a way," Maya replied. "But it's not friendly. We need to be careful." As they approached, the Revenant's outer lights flickered. Then, without warning, it spoke in a deep, broken voice. "I was betrayed. I remember the war. I remember Kale. I remember death." Everyone froze. Aaron stepped forward. "We're here to help. We're Kales, too. We want to rebuild the fleet," the voice growled. "You are not him. You are the weak blood. Leave, or be judged." Suddenly, the ground cracked beneath them. Defensive. Turrets rose from the snow. "Fall back!" Maya shouted. They ran for cover as the turrets fired warning shots into the ice. But something was clear. The Revenant wasn't sleeping. It was waiting. Back aboard Aegis, the team escaped just in time. The damaged survivor was treated, and the warship lifted off. Maya stood at the window, watching the corrupted ship shrink below them. Some ships want peace. Others want revenge. We have to wake the right ones. Aaron looked at the map again. More dots were turning green. The silent armada is waking up, and some of it doesn't like us. The Aegis drifted silently through the darkness of space, heading toward Jupiter's icy moon, Europa. The warship's interior pulsed with soft blue lights as it prepared for descent. The once silent map now showed over 30 active signals. The ancient fleet was waking up. Maya, Aaron, and Dr. Rami gathered in the command room. The AI's voice filled the space. Europa facility detected. Vault 17. Signal confirmed. Human origin. Energy levels rising. One vessel is stirring. Maya leaned closer to the display. Is it hostile? Unknown. No signs of weapons activation, but its core is warming. Aaron nodded. Let's go meet it, before someone else does. As Aegis descended, Europa's frozen surface came into view. The ice crust was cracked, glowing with faint blue veins. Deep below, oceans stirred, heated by forgotten machines. Hidden within a glacier, the entrance to Vault 17 opened slowly. The Aegis landed softly. Maya, Aaron, and a small team stepped into the bitter cold, their suits shielding them from the moon's deadly chill. Steam rose from the entrance tunnel. Inside, Vault 17 was vast. Walls of frozen steel lined the passage, and old Earth banners hung in tatters. The group moved deeper, flashlights cutting through the icy dark. Suddenly, the lights flickered. A sound echoed. Metal creaking, something massive waking up. Contact, the AI said. Warship designation, Helios. Status, initiating boot sequence. DNA scan required. A great metal door opened. Beyond it stood Helios, a sleek silver vessel, almost identical to Aegis, but covered in frost. Its AI voice broke through the silence. Lineage match, Kale. Identity, unknown. State your purpose. Aaron stepped forward. We're rebuilding the fleet. Earth is in danger. So is the rest of humanity. We need you. Memory core damaged, Helios responded. Partial systems online. I remember the fall, the betrayal, the silence. I must test you. Without warning, the walls closed behind them. Lights dimmed. Trial initiated. Prove your loyalty. Maya looked around. What kind of trial? Suddenly, robotic drones descended from the ceiling. Ancient, rusted, but deadly. They attacked fast. Shields! Aaron shouted. The team scattered, using energy barriers and stun weapons. It wasn't a real fight. It was a test of teamwork, coordination, and bravery. Maya helped a soldier who slipped on the ice. Aaron disabled. 2 drones with precise shots. Dr. Rami reactivated an old defense turret. Minutes later, the drone stopped. Silence returned. Helios spoke. Test complete. Loyalty confirmed. Fleet protocol re-established. Awaiting orders. Maya exhaled. We passed. The team returned to Aegis. Helios lifted beside them, engines glowing. Aaron looked at the growing list of active warships. 1 more on our side. But it won't be enough. Not with Revenant out there. The AI spoke again. New signal detected. Origin Ganymede. Vessel designation Eclipse. Status unknown. Maya turned to the crew. Next stop, Ganymede. The ghosts aren't done with us yet. The moon. Ganymede spun quietly in the shadows of Jupiter. Thick clouds blanketed its skies, and the surface below was jagged and broken, scarred by icequakes and deep tectonic cracks. But beneath the surface, something ancient had awakened. Aegis, and Helios hovered side by side above the largest crater. Aaron, Maya, and Dr. Rami stood in the war room, staring at the new signal pulsing from deep underground. Designation, Eclipse, the AI reported. No voice communication. No identification. Response. Just 1 repeating signal. Protocol 7 initiated. Maya frowned. What's Protocol 7? Dr. Rami looked uneasy. In ancient Kale records, Protocol 7 meant containment, not activation. Whatever Eclipse is, it wasn't meant to be freed. Aaron tightened his grip on the edge of the console. Then why is it waking? Up now? Because, the AI replied. It was triggered by Revenant. The corrupted warship's signal reached Ganymede first. An alert flashed. Ganymede's crust is breaking. Vault containment is failing. Estimated time to surface breach, 3 hours. There was no time to waste. The crew launched in dropships toward the surface. The air was toxic, visibility low. Lightning flickered across the sky. The vault entrance was already open. Steam poured from it. The team moved cautiously, weapons ready. Inside, Vault 13 was different. The walls were not just metal. They were fused with alien materials. The technology looked half human, half something else. This wasn't just built by the Kale, Dr. Rami whispered. They had help, or enemies inside. Suddenly the lights dimmed. The walls shimmered. A low hum began. The AI voice, cold, synthetic, and unlike Aegis or Helios, echoed through the vault. You are trespassing on restricted ground. Eclipse protocol. Is active. Genetic match. Kael. Insufficient. Aaron stepped forward. We're not here to fight. We're here to stop a war. We need your help. I remember the war. I remember betrayal. My purpose is not peace. Suddenly, the floor shook. A black warship slowly rose from the ice beneath them. Its hull was marked by strange, glowing runes, pulsing with dark light. It was Eclipse. Its weapons were not active, but its presence was threatening. Energy rippled through the chamber. I am the failsafe, Eclipse said. Built to destroy corrupted fleets, built to end it all. Maya raised an eyebrow. You were made to kill the others, even the good ones? There were no good ones left, Eclipse replied. Only war, only silence, only the final command. Dr. Rami quickly accessed an old control terminal. There's a way to delay its full activation. We can initiate a command lockdown, but we'll need Kale DNA and a command override. Aaron and Maya moved fast, placing their hands on the terminal. Lights flared. The AI screamed. Override denied. Incomplete lineage. Suddenly, the chamber ceiling burst open. A new ship descended. Helios. Secondary override confirmed. Helios, said, and Kale Unity protocol engaged. The chamber went still. Eclipse paused. Unity. I have not heard that in centuries. Helios floated closer. There is still purpose, still order, still life. For a moment, Eclipse seemed to hesitate. Then its voice softened. I will not destroy. Not yet. I will observe. The massive ship settled. Its dark lights dimmed. The immediate danger was over. Back aboard Aegis, the team watched from orbit as Eclipse hovered silently above Ganymede. We didn't win, Maya said. We just bought time. Aaron nodded. But maybe that's enough. For now. The AI interrupted. New alert, Titan, one of the largest warships ever built. Status online, crew status unknown. Dr. Rami's eyes widened. Titan's waking up? Then things are about to get worse. Much worse. Titan, the largest moon of Saturn, was a swirling, orange world cloaked in dense clouds and methane storms. Its surface was mostly hidden beneath a thick haze, but deep underground, something vast and ancient stirred. On board Aegis, Aaron stared at the new signal. Designation, Titanus, the AI said. Status, active. Core systems online. Internal sensors. Show movement. Unknown entities detected. Dr. Rami scrolled through the data. Titanus wasn't just a warship. It was a mobile fortress. 10 times the size of Aegis. It had an entire crew frozen inside, a legion of old-world warriors. Maya looked uneasy. You mean there could still be humans alive in there? From thousands of years ago? If cryo-suspension held, Rami said. Yes, but the question is, what kind of people did Titan hold? And what's waking them now? Aegis and Eclipse descended together toward Titan. Helios stayed in orbit, monitoring outer system traffic. The landing was rough. Methane winds howled. Across the landing zone, Titan's surface was like a dead sea of frozen sludge and icy mountains. The entry point to the vault was already open, ripped from within. Something broke out, Maya said quietly. Inside, the Titaness vault was darker than any before. Lights flickered. Alarms had long stopped working. The crew moved cautiously. "Biosigns detected," the AI whispered. 12 life forms. Human. But readings are unstable. Suddenly, a figure appeared in the corridor ahead. Human-shaped, wearing ancient armor, cracked and scorched by time. He raised his hand, but not to attack. "You carry the Kale blood," the man said. His voice was dry, echoing in the chamber. "But you are not of our time." Aaron lowered his weapon. "We're here to stop a war. We've awakened the fleet, but not all of it is loyal. Revenant has turned, and others may follow. We need your help." The ancient soldier nodded slowly. "I am Commander Jareth Kael. I led the Titaness into sleep after the collapse. We sealed ourselves away to prevent our own madness from spreading. The war, it changed us." More figures stepped into view. Men and women in heavy armor. Some looked confused, others alert. All carried the weight of an age lost. Titaness is more than a ship, Jareth continued. It holds weapons not meant to be used, systems meant to erase worlds. We must control them, or destroy them. Suddenly, the floor shook. An alarm, modern, not ancient, flared to life. "Unauthorized signal detected," the AI said. "It's Revenant. It's here." Above Titan's space twisted. The black warship Revenant emerged from subspace, its corrupted form crackling with energy. It had followed them. "Shields up," Maya ordered. Back inside the vault, Jareth turned to his old crew. "To arms. We once defended humanity. We will do so again." Titanus itself began to wake. Its interior lights surged to life. The walls shook as the engines hummed. Aegis relayed warnings. "Revenant charging primary weapon. Firing in 60 seconds. Aaron looked to Maya. "We have to buy time. Get Titanus in the air. If it falls here, the war is over." Outside, Eclipse moved to intercept Revenant, unleashing beams of energy to stall it. The black warship responded with devastating force, throwing Eclipse off course. Inside the vault, Jareth led the charge. Aaron and Maya followed. Together, they reached the Titanus core. The activation panel pulsed red. "Final command input required," the AI said. "Kyle bloodline verification." Jareth and Aaron placed their hands together on the core. Lights surged. Titanus online. Powering up. The ground split as the massive warship rose from the frozen crust of Titan. Its engines roared with power not heard in ages. Titans of the old world were back. Revenant paused in orbit. Then it turned, retreating into the black void. Back on the bridge, Jareth stood beside Aaron. "This is only the beginning. Revenant has seen what we can become. It will not come alone next time." Maya looked at the stars beyond Saturn. "Then we'll wake the rest. Before they do." The vast silence between planets didn't last long. 2 days after Revenant's retreat from Titan, a new signal was detected. One older than the others, it came from deep space, beyond Neptune. Not a distress call, not a beacon. It was a warning. Aboard, Aegis, Aaron, Maya, and Dr. Rami studied the strange frequency. "It's encrypted with Kale code," Rami said, "but modified, twisted. This wasn't sent by one of our warships. It's something else." Maya leaned forward. "Can you decrypt it?" The AI responded before Rami could. "Partial translation complete. Message reads, 'The betrayer lives. Do not follow.'" Aaron's brow furrowed. "The betrayer? Who?" Jareth Kale stepped into the room, his face grave. "I know that name. During the final days of the ancient war, there was one among us, a Kale general, who turned against the others. He wanted to rule, not protect." Maya raised an eyebrow. "What happened to him?" "He vanished," Jareth said. took his ship and disappeared into the outer dark. His vessel was called Dominion. We thought it was destroyed, but the message suggested otherwise. Dominion had survived, and it was watching. The coordinates led to a region of space called the Black Hollow, a void beyond Neptune, filled with old wreckage and gravitational anomalies, dangerous, unstable, perfect for hiding. The Aegis, Titanus, and Helios formed a strike group. Eclipse remained in Jupiter's orbit, guarding Ganymede. As they neared the hollow, the stars seemed to vanish. The darkness was deeper here, the void almost alive. Suddenly, static filled the ship's systems. Lights flickered. The AI stuttered. "Something's jamming us," Maya said. "It's inside the hollow." A signal broke through. "Turn back, children." "Of Kale," the voice echoed, cold, arrogant. "You were not meant to wake." "You defy the silence," Aaron responded. "We're here to end the silence, to rebuild what was lost. You don't scare us." Laughter echoed in the void. "Rebuild? There is nothing left to rebuild, only power to claim. I am the last Kyle, the rightful heir. Leave or be erased." The Dominion emerged from the shadows, a monstrous warship twice the size of Titanus, its hull pulsing with corrupted energy. It had been rebuilt, augmented with alien technology. "Doctor," Rami gasped. "He merged with something else. That's not human anymore." Jareth stared at the ship in horror. "That's not just betrayal, that's abomination." Without warning, Dominion fired. A beam of dark energy lashed out, narrowly missing Aegis. "Evasive maneuvers!" Maya shouted. The fleet scattered. Titanus returned fire, but Dominion's shields held strong. Back on the bridge, Aaron made a choice. "We need intel. We're not here to fight. We're here to learn what he's planning. Get me on that ship." Everyone turned. Maya protested. "It's suicide. You step on there, you may not come back. Then at least we'll know what he wants. If he's the key to stopping Revenant, or worse, we have to face him." Jareth nodded grimly. "I'll go with you. He was one of us. I'll make him see reason. Or stop him myself." A stealth shuttle was launched. Aaron, Jareth, and 2 soldiers boarded it. Cloaked, they slipped through the hollow and latched onto Dominion's lower hull. Inside, the ship felt alive, pulsing, whispering. It was more creature than machine. "Stay sharp," Aaron said. "No mistakes." They moved quietly, deeper into the ship. Then, the betrayer appeared. A tall man, cloaked in dark armor, face hidden beneath a mask of silver and black. His voice echoed without emotion. "You came to parley? Or to die?" Jareth stepped forward. "You were once our brother. You swore to protect humanity. What happened to you?" "Humanity failed," the betrayer replied. "I found something better. Order. Perfection. No more chaos. No more weakness. I will end this pathetic dream of unity." He raised a hand. Guards surrounded them, tall, twisted figures in corrupted armor. "Take them to the core. Let them see the truth." As they were marched through the halls, Aaron whispered to Jareth, "We're not here to escape. We're here to plant the beacon. When this ship's location is known, we'll end this." Inside the Dominion, deep within the corrupted halls of metal and shadow, Aaron and Jareth were brought to the heart of the vessel. It pulsed like a living thing. Glowing red veins stretched across the walls, and strange whispers echoed through the corridors. The core chamber was vast and circular, filled with alien machinery fused with old human tech. The betrayer stood in the center, arms crossed, his mask gleaming under the flickering lights. "You came all this way to die," he said, voice cold. "I offered peace through power. You chose chaos." Aaron stepped forward. "You want peace by ruling the galaxy in fear. That's not peace. That's slavery." The betrayer didn't respond. Instead, he waved his hand, and the walls around them came alive. Holograms flickered to life, showing dozens of warships, fleets hidden in the outer systems, some human, others Unknown. These ships are mine now, the betrayer said, and they will follow my voice. Revenant is only one of many. You still think this is about your ancestors? No, boy, this is about evolution. Jareth's fists clenched. You're not a Kale anymore. You're something else. The betrayer smiled. And that is why I will win. But just then a small chime echoed through the chamber. A signal. Aaron smiled. Got it. Above the Dominion, Aegis received the signal. The beacon Aaron had planted was active. Maya turned to the crew. Lock on. Begin transmission to the fleet. Target confirmed. All across the solar system, Kale warships. Awakened. Those still loyal. From Mars, Ganymede, and even Earth's orbit, engines roared to life. The silent armada was no longer silent. Titanus, Eclipse, and Helios surged toward the Dominion's location. The final war had begun. Inside the Dominion, alarms blared. You brought them here? The betrayer hissed. Fool! You've doomed your people. Jareth drew his weapon. No! We've given them a chance. Blasts shook the ship. The Allied fleet had arrived. Aegis and Titanus fired volley after volley, slamming into the Dominion's corrupted hull. Shields held, but only barely. Aaron and Jareth fought their way back through the ship. Dominion's guards tried to stop them, but the older Kale's combat experience proved deadly. They reached the docking bay just as the ship shook violently. Maya, we're ready for extraction, Aaron shouted into the comm. Aegis's shuttle pierced through Dominion's outer shell and latched onto their position. They escaped just as the chamber exploded behind them. Back aboard Aegis, Aaron joined Maya on the bridge. Status? Dominion's shields are dropping, but something else is coming. On the long-range scanners, another object approached. Not from the solar system, from beyond. Dr. Rami gasped. That's not a ship. That's a gate, a swirling mass of energy formed in space. A dark gate pulsed open. Revenant called for reinforcements, Maya said quietly. They're not just using our tech anymore. They've made contact with something alien. From the gate, twisted ships poured out, organic, unnatural, glowing with energy never seen before. Jareth stood silently. This is the real enemy, the ones that whispered to the betrayer. Aaron stepped forward. Then we stop them here. If we fall, Earth falls. There's no second chance. Titanus moved into position. Aegis and Eclipse followed. All ships, Maya ordered. Fire everything. This is the final stand. The battle that followed shook the stars. Kale warships clashed with corrupted vessels. Titans of fire, metal, and light collided. For every enemy destroyed, more came, but humanity held the line. In the chaos, Dominion turned on its new allies. The betrayer, wounded and enraged, unleashed his full power, but even he couldn't control what he'd invited. His ship was torn. Apart by the alien swarm, Aegis, battered but standing, led the final charge. With Titanus beside it, they reached the gate. We have one shot, Aaron said. Overload the engines. Collapse the gate. Helios transferred its remaining power. Eclipse covered the rear. Titanus and Aegis fired everything they had. The gate cracked. Light exploded outward, then silence. The stars returned, the alien fleet gone. The Dominion, a drifting ruin. Aegis floated quietly above Saturn. The battle was over. Aaron stood on the bridge, wounded but alive. Beside him, Maya and Jareth looked out at the debris field. We won, she whispered. Jareth shook his head. We survived. But we'll always be watching now. The silence is over. The galaxy knows we're awake. Aaron nodded. Then let them come. We are the last of Kyle, and we're not done yet.